Hi guys. What, you're making a speech? Very well. I saw you earlier. It was wonderful to see you.
Mr. President.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. I'm glad you've taken to this job so easily. GP, good to see you again.
Already seen you.
General Wam?
No bad.
Yeah, well,
Are they governable?
no, they're becoming governor. What rank were you?
Say again?
What rank were you? In the
Everybody is confused. I will tell
No,
you the story
no,
of the
yeah.
general.
Were you a general?
No.
You were never a general.
No, I'm a lieutenant. I'm an officer. I
you're
was an
okay.
officer.
Okay.
But you know who started this general thing?
Yes.
You remember Andrew
Let's sit down.
Mangeni?
Let's sit down.
When South Africans see statements and hear leaders issuing threats to the stability of the GNU, it is then incumbent upon the president to continuously provide assurance. He leads the GNU on behalf of his political party. And so it is a responsible thing to do for him to continuously provide assurance to South Africans that the GNU is stable, that when there are issues of concern or of dispute, those issues will be resolved constructively within an established mechanism to do so, but also because the GNU is premised on the supremacy of the Constitution, parties will remain committed to that supremacy of the Constitution and will act in accordance with the Constitution. So that's what really that was about. This means that the president needs to apply his or her mind to evidence and submissions before him and make an independent determination on the constitutionality of the legislation. The president's assent follows rigorous and inclusive public consultation and parliamentary deliberation on the draft legislation before it is passed by Parliament. Only if the president has reservations about the constitutionality of the bill may he or she refer it back to the National Assembly. If the president has no such reservations, then he or she must assent to the bill. There is no provision in the Constitution for the president's decision to be subject to negotiation or agreement with any other party or individual. The president remains firmly committed to engaging fully and openly with parties in the government of national unity on this matter and any other matter of concern. And just to add, colleagues, that it is disturbing that whenever there is a dispute, you will hear threats being made to the stability of the GNU. It is disturbing because such threats are not only directed to the president, they're directed to the stability of the country. They are threats directed to South Africans. The GNU must remain stable, must remain united, as it is called the GNU, for the benefit of the country. It is not there for the benefit of any individual political leader. It has been formulated for the benefit of all South Africans. It is therefore important that leaders exercise a level of restraint when there are issues of dispute. There is or there will be rather, a dispute resolution mechanism that will be established, number one. Number two, when there are concerns about a bill, parties or individuals do have recourse within our constitutional framework. One, they can take the bill to the Constitutional Court for clarification. Two, parties who are represented in Parliament can pursue amendments to that bill. And so there is absolutely no need to threaten the stability of the GNU just because there is a dispute over a bill. The president is not entirely surprised that there's a dispute. The president anticipates there will be many other disputes in the course of the term. However, he expects that there is maturity that there is ongoing commitment to the country such that we find ways of resolving these disputes without having to threaten the stability and the sustainability of this GNU. So that is important to underscore. And as I've mentioned tonight, there will be an engagement over dinner with all leaders of parties who are signatory to the GNU, and they'll all have an opportunity to express their concerns, but more constructively to look at the way forward and to look at how these issues of disputes are resolved. I've cited a great example of collaboration, successful example of collaboration between Minister Steenhuisen and Minister Lemole, which has resulted into an enormous benefit for our beef industry. And if that opportunity is leveraged properly, we should see a massive transformation of our beef industry. That will include the participation and ultimately the growth of your small-scale black farmers who are active in that subsector of agriculture. So I thought it's important that we underline this, that the President is really committed to the success of the GNU. He has observed and seen very promising signs with how the ministers are applying themselves, the levels of collaboration, and there shouldn't be any concern that each time there's a dispute, the entire governance framework of this country will be under threat because, as I said, there will be a conflict resolution mechanism, and there are other forms of recourse that are made available by our constitutional framework.
Hi guys. What, you're making a speech? Very well. I saw you earlier. It was wonderful to see you.
Mr. President.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. I'm glad you've taken to this job so easily. GP, good to see you
I've
again.
already seen you.
General Wam?
No bad.
Yeah, well,
Are they governable?
no, they're becoming governor. What rank were you?
Say again?
What rank were you? In the
Everybody is confused. I will tell
No,
you the story
no,
of the
yeah.
general.
Were you a general?
No.
You were never a general.
No, I'm a lieutenant. I'm an officer. I
you're
was
an
an
officer.
officer. But
Okay.
you know who started this general thing?
Yes.
You remember Andrew
Let's sit down.
Mlangeni?
Let's sit down. Andrew Mlangeni.
Yeah.
Please sit down. Sit down there. I'll sit here.
Yeah.
We bracket you. I'm sorry. We bracket you here.
Yeah. Well, the story is, you remember Andrew Mlangeni?
I remember him.
In the 90s,
Yeah.
I was the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Defense.
Yes.
And he was on that committee.
Okay.
So he started with this general. And I said that one step, but I'm not the general.
Yes.
But that was after that, but I was not the chair anymore. It was other